Batwoman. Ruby Rose. She left Batwoman. And she's talking about exactly why she left Batwoman. Now, these comments are really interesting because they're new for starters. This is like a brand new interview, which is like it's interesting. I always find these things to be interesting, and it almost seems like now I know. Brace yourself. Bear with me. I'm not about to shit on Ruby Rose. It actually almost seems like the showrunners used her neck as an excuse to get rid of her. So if you remember, like, she had that neck/back injury or whatever it was, which is tragic. Like, that's awful for anyone to go through, quite frankly. I've had some back problems in my life. It's awful. But it seems like her comments are very professional for starters. But what's telling is the fact that it's like, it just looks like the showrunners were like, nah, we just want to get rid of you. You're just bad for the show, basically. And that's not... It sounds like I'm shitting on Ruby Rose, and I guess I am to a certain degree, but I'm not saying, she was awful and she kind of just ran away. It sounds like the showrunners realised she was bad and just asked her to step away, which I guess is kind of what I've been saying all along, but it's just interesting. So dive in with me, ladies and gents, and if you're new here, do hit subscribe. Not that anyone's really getting notifications anymore. In fact, I had a comment just recently from someone saying like 50% of the uploads they don't get. They have to actually go into the channel specifically to get uploads now. Garbage. So if you do want to be notified of stuff, make sure you turn the notification bell to all, because otherwise YouTube really won't tell you. This is my 4th video today, so I bet you haven't had all 4. Never mind. And you can also follow me over on Twitter at Mr. H Reviews, because I need to start sharing videos over there, and you guys may be notified at that point. But anyway, this is on the Jess Cagle show, which is a Sirius XM. I don't even know what that is, quite frankly. What is Sirius XM? Is that like a Spotify thing in the States? Probably. I have no idea. But anyway, Jess Cagle, or Cagle, was speaking to Batwoman, Ruby Rose, about her new film, The Doorman, or is it The Doorman or The Doorman? There's one to stump you. Reading it, I'd say that was the Doorman. But some people would separate it and say it's the Doorman. Anyway, so moving on, I'm talking utter tripe, aren't I? I'm super tired. I've been awake since 5. Anyway, moving on. So, she basically said about the show, right? And she was asked specifically, so there have been rumblings that the actress didn't enjoy the demanding schedule that came with playing the Scarlet Knight, and that her attitude on set became problematic for everyone involved. That's just online scuttlebutt, of course. And Rose elaborates on what actually happened in the video below. It's not actually a video, it's just them talking, which we'll listen to a little bit of. But we'll kind of play this first. Now, obviously, she denies that it was her attitude. Of course she's going to. Like, that's Einstein here. Like, seriously, Einstein. Now, she says it wasn't that, right? I mean, that definitely made going back to work so quickly tricky. Now, this was to do with the neck thing. They really accommodated, trying to help me out the best they could, going back so early. We wanted to obviously meet the release date of the show, and I think what played a bigger part was more, we got shut down early. We didn't get to finish the first season, which is such a shame, especially for a first season show. So she's obviously on, she's on about coronavirus shutting things down. But you wouldn't, that's not going to be your go-to, is it? Oh yeah, we're shut down, so I'll just exit. Like, whatever, I'm gone. See you later. Like, why would you do that? Why is that the go-to? Doesn't that seem odd? It is an odd thing to say, isn't it? And it just sounds like PR spin from the studio. Now, she continues and says, we all kind of thought about where we're at. This is some like deep introspective stuff. And I'm not misspeaking, it's what she says. And it's like she had a stutter or something. So did Warner Brothers and Greg Berlanti. And we were discussing the show, and we sort of mutually agreed that probably what was best for the show at the time was they go in a different direction, and I go in a different direction. So this is what they say. We sort of mutually agreed. But everyone was thinking about it. Warner Brothers and Greg Berlanti obviously sat down, had a discussion, was like, nah, she needs to go. That's basically what's happened here, isn't it? Like, it's obvious. You know, we sort of mutually agreed that probably what was best for the show at the time was they go in a different direction and make a brand new Batwoman. Really? Good God. And I go in a different direction. I mean, it is best for everyone, quite frankly, but, you know, whatever. I do believe that's what was best for the show. And I think that everything we set out to do, we accomplished. I don't think that show accomplished anything. And I feel like as far as Kate's story, it kind of made sense now that handing over the mantle to somebody else would be a very sort of creative process for the producers and for the show. But in story, your characters ran away, Ruby Rose. She's just ran away. Fuck's sake. Some of this stuff, honestly. And then for myself, of course, saying goodbye to that character is sad, but I'm also excited for everything else that's come up. Or that's coming up. Now, again, because that's the thing, guys, right? So it was rumoured that she left because she didn't like the demands of working a TV schedule. I'd long rumoured that she'd obviously just been fired because, like, Warner Brothers and CW are not going to relinquish a contract just because. They're not going to do that. It has to come from them first. They instigate it. They make the first move. They go, hey, look. It's not really working out. What do you think? And she obviously went like, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to leave. So I reckon both things are true. Warner Brothers and Greg Berlanti and CW and whatever were like, nah, not happy with this at all. We need to get rid. Jump ship quick. And then she was like, yeah, no, I agree because I don't like working the schedule or whatever. And look what's happened. You know, I don't think she's made a movie since then. Because things were locked down, but she obviously had things in the pipeline and she's going back to other things, so it does seem to make sense. And I can't imagine they paid very much, so it makes sense from everyone's perspective. I would love to know what she got paid for that. God damn, honestly, I lay floaters that act better than her. Compose yourself, seriously, H, come on. Right, anyway, so there you go. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Like I said, guys, YouTube's doing something really weird on my channel at the moment, so it would be really, really good if you could like leave comments and like the videos and stuff, just because maybe that will help. I don't know. The thing is, YouTube changes everything and they never tell anyone. Just really, really frustrated. They've clearly changed something, but they haven't told anyone what they've changed. So I don't know why my channel is just, I don't know, no one's getting notified. That's the main thing that's annoying. Because, you know, you guys sub, you do want to be notified, right? So, slightly odd, but never mind. As always, I've Mr. H. Take care.